Everybody in. I'm just getting the rest of the people into the Zoom meeting. And I appreciate everybody for showing up today because today is a big day. This is going to be my final bit of information, my final stint before Christmas. It's currently the 20th of December when I'm recording this, or when you're listening to this back. I'm not too sure. But let me move myself out of the way. We are going to be talking about how to crush your fitness goals in 2025 without sacrificing enjoyment over the holidays. So before we get started, I'm obviously going to go over a couple of housekeeping rules for the people that are on the call. It will be very simple. And if you're listening to this back, again, you might notice me say a couple things that I'll be saying to the live chat and not to the people. So it's just to help people follow along, understand what's happening, but it should all flow smoothly. And people listening to this back, maybe on the podcast, might not be able to see the presentation. I mean, I think I can upload the video, but we'll see how it goes. I will be doing many different demonstrations. So, yeah, sounds good. Quickly, before we start, if all that sounds good, put a one in the Zoom chat just so I can see who's all listening and ready to go. Okay, and let's go. So, housekeeping rules then. Main thing is that as we go through this, we should all stay muted, just because if someone's not muted, even if they're quiet, there might be background noise, and then obviously I don't want to disrupt the recording. And also, if you're confident enough, get your screens on, because we're all adults here. We can all engage in the meeting. Obviously, not speaking, but just making sure I can see that you're interested. I can see you. And another thing is that, like I said at the start, put a one in the Zoom chat, put a two in the Zoom chat, just so I know that you guys are following along. That will keep you on your toes. And I'll also, if you're listening to this back, or if you're on live, what I should say to the live folk is that get a pen and paper and write stuff down like it isn't being recorded. And if you're listening to this back, get a notebook out and write stuff down like it's the last time you're going to listen to this, because there's obviously studies have shown that if you're writing stuff down, it's going to stay in your head longer. And yeah, we want this information to be fresh in our heads, especially when we start in the new year. So now we got out of the way, I think everything I've gone through, but if I forget halfway through, it will come up, I'm sure. Okay, so who is this workshop actually for? It's a big question. I know there's a couple of people here that are kind of confused what's going on. Obviously, they hear the title, they want to join. If they feel like they can get value, maybe they trust me enough. But this workshop is for men in their 20s and 30s who want to build muscle, stay lean, and if you're listening to this before Christmas, on the call for Christmas, which I hope you're listening, you can limit the damage over Christmas and get ready to smash the new year. And by the end of this workshop, you'll know how to stay in shape this Christmas and also set yourself up for 2025. So the main thing is we're not trying to lose weight over Christmas. We're trying to limit the damage and then use that damage, that extra energy, that extra calorie expenditure to basically boost and give us that energy to go to the gym, not obviously 1st of January, but started 2nd, 3rd of January and get straight in there. So put a two in the Zoom chat if that makes sense. We're not trying to limit our calories. We are trying to use the calories that we have over Christmas to basically maximize our progress in January. So I hope that is all good. This workshop is not for you if any of this applies to you, you can just click off the call now or stop the recording. If you're looking for a quick fix, diet pills or shortcuts, we don't do shortcuts around here. You're not willing to put in the work in January. Again, I can completely understand. This call is not to get you motivated to go to the gym tomorrow or the next day. This is to get you set up for the new year. So, if any of this applies to you, yeah, just click off the call now. However, this workshop is for you if you're hardworking and serious about building a sustainable fitness habit. Sorry, I'm covering my own screen. And you want a proven system to get lean and strong in 2025 that I give to all my clients. Again, I tailor it to them. Small little tweaks, but the stuff I use is proven. I just tweak it to certain people's needs and interests. Quick sip of the water there, and we're back in. So, a lot of you have joined this call and you've seen me on Instagram, you've seen what I do, you see me speaking, and again, if you know more about me, or you see kind of like it's like an iceberg. You see the tip of the iceberg, but I feel like you see the best things that I do, and this is going to be a little bit more of a background check, a brief introduction from me of what I do. So, this is me on the left here again. If you are recording, no, if you're listening to the recording, you won't be able to see. It is very skinny version of me. And if you've known me long enough, this was me about 2 years ago. Again, there's very little muscle you can even see in the shoulder. It's poking out, but it's not poking out with muscle, it's more bone. And even in like my neck here, there's like you can see the collarbone sticking out. Obviously, I've got a little bit more fat here, so you can't see it as much. But yeah, very, very low muscle. And here I was I was not upset. I just didn't have a lack of direction with my fitness goal. I felt like I was weak, even though I wasn't unfit. I played a lot of sports and I felt like the lack of muscle came from being lean but not lifting weights. So that was a big thing for me. I felt like I had no motivation to do anything. I felt like I was easily distracted. I played a lot of video games here, and I didn't really leave the house too much. But this is me on the right now. Recently, my photo shoot about 2 weeks ago. This is me, a little bit more of a leaner version of me, although don't even look lean here, but it's a leaner version. I was about 75 kg here, I was about 60, 62 kg here. So big differences, and from this, I feel like I've gained a better relationship with food, which is the most important thing. So if you want to make that same kind of change, then this is for you. My credentials. So, why are you on this call? Who am I? What is the reason for me presenting information to you? And what is my right to give you information? So I recently just hit my 1 year anniversary as a coach. So let's get some clapping emojis in the Zoom chat, please. No, I'm joking. But for a coach, that is not very long. People that do the coaching, if you survive longer than a year, then you've basically been in this game for 40, 50 years. It's either you are in the game for not very long or in the game for 40, 50 years, just because of if you've ever been in the coaching industry yourself, it's a very cutthroat industry. Obviously, it's very business based, and you're running your own sort of business too. But in that time, I've already helped hundreds of people, I say about 100 people, take their first couple steps towards a dream body. This is important, by the way. This is not 100 people paid me because I wouldn't be doing this call if 100 people paid me in a year. This is obviously paying clients. We also I've coached people on free challenges, so anyone can sign up to them where I give them the standard stuff. They basically just get free coaching for 2 weeks. Or anyone I've ever give fitness advice to, or even met in person with in-person coaching, because this is not just my 1 year anniversary as a online coach. I was an in-person coach for 8 to 9 months, and I'm lucky enough to now go fully online and make Zoom calls like these for you guys um very, very recently, and I'm still in shock how I managed to do this. So if you feel inspired by that story, you can put a free in the Zoom chat. And if you feel like I can get you to where you want to be, then you're in the right place. I mean, I'm obviously going to back that up with a little bit more information as well. So, more credentials then. Meet my client Josh. This was him on the left. Again, I've cut his face out just for client's confidentiality. This was him on the left a couple months ago before he started working with me. As you can see, his stomach basically rounds. I know a lot of people have this kind of same structure. In a couple months, this was his plan was to get basically summer shredded or to lose body fat. Obviously, it's going to take years to do that. However, we took the first couple steps, started implementing the workout routines, the nutrition plans, and as you can see just from this photo alone, there's no more roundness in the stomach, and you can even see a little bit more chest definition as well. So he lost about 5 to 6 kg here, but the main thing is not just 5 to 6 kg of fat. He's also built muscle in that time, so his body fat percentage has um, lowered, but he's actually lost more than 5 to 6 kg of fat just because of the muscle that he gained in the time that we worked together, and we still work together. So very insane. Again, I'm still very, very proud of Josh for taking the first couple steps because I know it's very difficult to reach out. But yeah, this was a crazy transformation. Meet my client Davey, who was somebody who worked as the manager of a nightclub. So his sleep schedule was absolutely terrible. And again, that meant his eating habits was just naturally not as good as somebody who would be able to go to sleep on time, wake up at the same times. So the main thing was building him into a routine. This was him on the left at about 85 kg, and this is now him on the right at about 78. So as you can clearly see, chest definition completely revamped. You can even see like the rolls have disappeared, stomach fat has gone. Obviously, the pictures are not as great quality, which again, I wouldn't get on him for that. But insane transformation again. I feel like a lot of the transformations are very similar in terms of fat loss, and it's not even just visual. I think a lot of people get caught up with the visual transformations, but I feel like more mentally as well, because being able to do this, you think this might have taken his job to be completely changed, but all we did was just implement 2 gym sessions a week, and his nutrition just followed that. So again, very, very simple. And finally, meet my client Josh as well. This was somebody who has known me for a while, and I've known him for a while. I've known him since school, and basically, he came to me, wanted to join my free challenge, wanted to try out coaching because, again, for him, financials were not in the right place at the moment. So I gave him a 2 week free challenge, and this was the massive difference. He went from 93 kg here on the left, and then obviously him a couple of weeks after the free challenge and him training, he lost 6 kg and he's now 87 kg in this picture. So it's clear that the stuff that I give, or even if it's just the stuff I give, but more like when you kind of commit yourself to a program like this, you're going to get results. And there's a reason why so many people are scared to sign up to things like this because they instantly feel like it's not for them. But even if they feel like it's not for them, it's biting the bullet and just obviously getting the accountability that they so desire. Because realistically, they know it's not the workout program and the nutrition or anything like that. They can all get that online. Every single bit of that can be found online. It's the accountability of having somebody check in with you once a week, being there, making sure you're doing the stuff, and then also just having that person in your life, making sure that you are progressing at the right pace that you want to progress at, and also just keeping you in check as well. Again, everything else is a bonus, in my opinion. So why do most people actually fail in January? Common struggles. So we have Christmas weight gain, lack of a clear plan, or overwhelm. So these are the three things that I normally hear when I speak to people in January. Again, this was last year when I was starting out as a coach, especially when I was looking to get my first couple of clients. So, I mean, this was also just because I was a new coach, but so many people would have these common struggles. They would gain so much weight over Christmas that they would just feel instantly demotivated or feel terrible about their body image because of the amount of weight that they gain over Christmas. They don't want to go into the gym because they don't want people to see that they've actively gained weight. So put a four in the Zoom chat if that's something that you've ever felt is over Christmas you eat so much that you're almost terrible to go into the gym because you feel like you almost feel disgusting because you've gained loads of weight. But that's obviously not the case because if that was the case, no one would lose weight. So nearly every client of mine has had at least one out of the three. And for everybody on this call, does any of these three sound familiar? You can put either a one, a two, or a three. Either one for Christmas gain, weight gain, two, lack of clear plan, or three, you're just overwhelmed in January. Put one, two, or three of which one sounds most familiar to you when you start a fitness journey in January, because I know a lot of people have done this before. So what we learned today, the three pillars of fitness in general. So we have pillar one, nutrition, pillar two, training, pillar three, mindset and scheduling. And these pillars will form the foundation of your fitness success. Pretty simple. So, pillar one, nutrition. Let's get straight into the nitty-gritty. This is where you wanted to get your notebook out and make sure that we're really starting to get to the grips of what we're doing. Let me grab a drink. So, mastering flexible eating. So, this is going to be crucial for you long term. Calorie calculation. If you want to limit damage over Christmas, I'm not telling you to calorie count over Christmas. It's the lead up to Christmas. So, the main thing is what I would do is calorie bank. I haven't got this actually on the slides, but lead up to Christmas, look to eat slightly smaller than what you usually would. So let's say the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, you can kind of actively lower your calories by 200 to 300. And over the space of 4 to 5 days, you would have built up a 1,200 or 1,500 calorie deficit, which allows you to eat that amount extra on Christmas Day and still have your maintenance weight. Again, you might eat even more than that. You can obviously taper around the deficit. And the way I calculate my calorie needs is through this link at the bottom, and this is going to also show you how you can calculate your needs. So let me quickly come out of here. How can I dip out of here real quick and then here we go. So I'm still presenting my screen, but I'm going to copy this link, put it into here, and obviously still screen sharing. So now can you put a five in the group chat, five in the Zoom chat, sorry, if you can see my screen and you have the what is it called? The calorie calculator on the screen. So hopefully that's all good. So all I would do is fill in my numbers. So I'm 20 years old. I'm 180 centimeters, already bang on, and I'm currently 78 kg, 78.4. I mean, I don't need it to be exact. And I would say I do moderate exercise. Again, this is very, very um what's the word? Subjective. So you can obviously change this. I would say moderate, and then you'd press calculate. So my maintenance weight, they say, is 2,652. It's a very odd number. However, if you are somebody like me who is very active, I get about 10 to 12,000 steps a day. This number will be maybe a couple hundred calories extra. My maintenance weight is actually more about 3,000, but since I burn so much from walking, it probably ends up coming to about this number. And again, you can calculate this for mild weight loss. So it's about 200 calories less than the maintenance, or 500 calories, or even extreme 1,000, which I would only suggest anything between the mild weight loss or weight loss. Anything more than that, I feel like you're at risk of losing muscle. And you again, you can show info for weight gain, which is just the complete opposite of that. So weight gain calories is actually my maintenance, but maybe it's because I'm more very active instead of moderate. And you can do this as well. If I was to take somebody's numbers, put some in the Zoom chat, someone put their numbers in the Zoom chat, sorry, and I can plug it in. So we have 27-year-old male who is 187. centimeters. That's 1,000. Uh, and you are 87 kg. And what's your, we'll say light exercise, I think you said. So calculate again. It's actually around the same as me. Well, around the same as it says it's me. But again, this can be very different. So again, the main thing is try. You also have different calorie schedules. The main thing is try and eat this for a week, see how your weight changes, and make sure you hop on the scale every day when you're eating the same amount of food and learning to calorie track as well. But back to the slideshows, we're going to go back into present mode, present full screen. Here we are. Cool. So, nutrition pillar impact, and we're going to go back to my client Josh here. Just by calculating his calorie needs, this was the main factor of results in our training, in his training, is was just eating. It wasn't eating healthier, but it was eating less, or as we like to say, he was eating a lot of processed foods. So we were actually eating more for less. So he was eating about 3,000 calories. Again, that was actually causing him to gain weight, and that's why he came to me in the first place. So what we did was change that to about 2,500, but we swapped a couple foods where it ended up him eating more volume. So it actually made him more full, but he was eating less. And then from there, obviously we had that for a couple of weeks, then we reduced it slightly again when his body adapted to it. And that's how we got to this point in just 12 weeks, which is absolutely insane. And I'm still, like I said before, it's absolutely crazy. So pillar two is the training side of things. So your training blueprint. How many days can everybody realistically train in a week? Put this in the Zoom chat. How many days can you guys train? If you said you could train 2 weeks, 2 days a week, if your life depended on it, how many days could you realistically make? Because you could say you could do 4 or 5 days, but if next week you only do two or three, how much can you realistically do? Like if you were to promise yourself that. So would it be 2 days? I would suggest an upper lower split. 3 days, I would do full body upper lower. 4 days, push pull legs upper. 5 days, push pull legs upper lower. And no more than five exercise a session with 3 sets in each. The reason I structure it like this is because 2 days you're hitting compound movements with upper lower. So you're doing like the bench press, the squats. That's going to target the most amount of muscles for the least amount of work. And you're still going to make progress because of those compound movements. Same with 3 days. That extra full body session means you train everything twice a week. The only problem with 2 and 3 days is that you don't get to do more of the isolation work because you're training so many big muscles on each day. That's why 4 days come in. If you do push pull legs upper, you're training everything twice per week except from legs, which that's the best split, so you don't need to worry. But another thing is each one, especially with push pull, you're training only two or three muscle groups in a day, which means you have basically days where you can focus and add more intensity because you know you can train really hard with your chest or your triceps and rest that the next day with back and biceps in a pull workout. And 5 days is the exact same thing, just lower is just another leg day. So consistency and progression over perfection. So pretty simple in that regard. So training pillar impact, and we're going back to my client Davey here, is that again, like I said, he got this result in 45 days, only training twice per week. And that was only sessions that he felt like he provided. Uh, it wasn't like he couldn't go to the gym more. He had time to go to the gym more. Obviously, he had a busy lifestyle, but he got results only 2 sessions a week, and obviously he's a busy guy. So the main thing is was he just wanted to get results in the gym and then just spend the rest of his time doing whatever he wanted. He didn't want to feel stuck in that part in the gym because no one wants to spend tons and tons of hours in the gym. So it was important that I gave him a plan that fitted his schedule, like the upper lower split, like we said, and instantly you see the results. And another thing is he said that he already got a lot of steps in because of the just his job. He was very active. So instead of the upper lower split, we gave him almost two separate upper days. We did like a push-pull day. It meant that we still trained everything upper body, but his legs were kind of getting trained already from just walking loads and just from his active job alone. And that's how you get results, is that you obviously adapt it to people. And if you're just copying someone else's session or someone else's plan, how do you know that's going to work for you? Because it works for them, but how many years have they been training? That's the main thing. We'll take a small break. Put a five in the group chat if you're still following along, and if you kind of understand the the idea of not copying someone else's training, although it can be good for a while, you don't know if it will suit to your schedule. So, pillar three is mindset and scheduling. This is the biggest one, I think, with people getting to the gym. So, how to stay consistent, use Google Calendar to schedule your workouts. Another thing is, I'm going to quickly back out of here. How do I get out of here? I'm going to show you my Google Calendar. So, main thing is, whatever you do, I've just typed in Google and Google Calendar. Actually, we've got it up here. So I'm going to show you everything in my calendar now. I have every single task scheduled out in my day. The main thing is to avoid this thing called white space. I've got it in the presentation, but as you can see, there's a lot of blue. So that means when it comes up on my phone, the notification to basically do this work, I'm instantly on there ready to go doing the work. Like I'm not spending overtime to do a task. As soon as the time for the task runs out, I'm next. And as you can see, 7 to 8:30 is waking up, traveling to the gym. That's the main thing. I do that straight away, get that done out the way. And once I do that, it just basically schedules out the rest of my day. And when I'm in there, I'm usually planning the rest of my workouts because in between sets, I get ideas. I'm sure everyone else does. If you already go to the gym, you get like flashes or like creative ideas in your head of like what to do for the rest of the day. Put a six in the put a six in the Zoom chat if you are somebody that feels like that happens or like you feel like you get your best ideas in weird spots or like when you're on a walk or whatever. But back to the presentation. Now you see my Google Calendar. Let's go back into present. Perfect. So, like I said, time boxing. So whenever the task comes up, you just do it no matter whatever you're doing, and avoiding that white space in the Google Calendar as well. So you don't want to have stuff where you have nothing to do, because then you have that freedom of basically cheating yourself. Like you can do whatever you want. So build the habit by doing your workout first thing in the morning. Go to bed an hour or two earlier, wake up earlier and get your workout done. That's for the people that work the 9 to 5s or people that say they don't have enough time because they wake up and go straight to work. Again, as an online coach, I'm in terms of work, I wouldn't say I'm like more blessed than the 9 to 5 or worse off than the 9 to 5. It's just like, obviously, it's just business, right? So wake up that hour or two earlier. That is what Josh done, which we're going to go on to now, which you've already seen. So mindset pillar impact was that Josh was somebody who worked a lot. He never seemed like he could find the time for the gym or not even find the motivation for the gym as well. So the main thing I said to him was obviously schedule his day out to basically maximize his results. So again, the main thing that got taken up in his Google Calendar was his work. However, we decided to introduce kind of self-improvement habits where we went to bed an hour or two earlier by doing stuff like reading. I managed to get him to read before we went to bed, and that basically primes your mind to go to bed earlier. So once we did that, he woke up an hour or two earlier, got to the gym. Luckily, there was a gym pretty close to his work. Again, he can drive, so it was okay and he would get his session in. And not only would that improve his gains, as you can see in his shoulders, his arms, he's a lot stronger now. It also improved his work as well. He just felt more like he had mental clarity at work, and he just felt like he could, what's the word? He felt like he could he was in flow state almost with his work, which was the main thing that we wanted to obviously provide. So what are your options moving forward after this workshop? So, your next steps. Number one is that you could try and figure out on your own in January. The problem with this is what we discussed before, is that there's the risk of overwhelm, lack of accountability, or just fearing that you're going to gain weight like you did over Christmas, or felt like you don't have that same prowess you did before Christmas, or that same power you had before Christmas. You could also, number two, do nothing in the new year, which I know a lot of people on this call might do, which is perfectly fine. I mean, if you feel like nothing's going to change or you feel like there's no point, then cool. I mean, this call was basically a waste of time for you. But I mean, at least you're here. The problem with this is that you'll stay stuck and frustrated, which like cool. And number three, the best option in my opinion, is work with somebody who knows the exact path of success. So this can be somebody who is maybe a little bit older than you, an older brother, an older sister, who maybe is a little bit more into the gym, or a fitness trainer or coach or friend, somebody you feel like can benefit because they've done it before. And the best thing is not just people that have done it before themselves, but people have also got the results for other people that are just like you. Wink, wink. Um, Me. No, but like seriously though, you can obviously find people that will do that for free. However, again, somebody who's being paid to do that will obviously take a lot more interest into what you do and also be a lot more pushy to get you results. Because if someone's helping you for free, what are the chances of you actually going to do the stuff? Because you know they're not really doing anything. So, exciting news is that if you're on this call, you have the opportunity to have the early bird offer for January. And this might, I haven't decided yet, but if you're listening to this back and you've got this far, then this opportunity can be for you as well. But obviously, the first come, first serve will be the people on this call. So, how I can help you. I'm offering an exclusive early bird deal, which is going to be 20% off my coaching program if you join today from now until Sunday. Again, Sunday will be the 22nd of December. The thing is, you are not joining to start coaching now. You are st joining, you are paying to start in January. However, prices are going to go up. That's the main bonus, is that if you get it now, bonus one, price anchor. So can we just put price anchor in the Zoom chat so we understand? Price anchoring is that you pay and you get 20% off in January. However, prices are going up in January. So you get 20% off the price now, where it's going to be at a lot of a bigger and better deal. And bonus two is you're going to get your custom workout and nutrition plan. And bonus three is you're going to get that weekly check-in for added accountability, which is the main thing people sign up to get coaches. So, are you ready to invest? You feel like you've seen enough? Here is your next step. Time to take action. So, right now, I mean, you can do this now or right after the call, is grab your phone, and I'm gonna allow this. Grab your phone, load up Instagram, search up Ryan McIntyre Coaching. If you're listening to this or on this call, I hope you follow me already. But go to your Instagram, type in Ryan McIntyre Coaching, and DM me the word workshop to lock in your early bird spot for January. So this is limited to only three people on this call or three people on the recording. So three people listening to this back or three people on this call. Obviously, the people on the call are going to get earlier, but this is only available for 48 hours, which is going to be Sunday, 8 p.m. So be quick, be fast. That's the main thing. Is that is not going to be out for a while. However, I'm still going to be able to have people join the program in the next week, obviously after Christmas, because I'm not going to be bothered. However, it'll be full price before the prices go up in January. So makes a lot of sense when you have it on a bit of paper. So if you have any questions uh, in the call, put them in Zoom chat and I will read them out and answer the best to my ability. So I'll wait about a minute or two. Anyone's got any if anyone's got any questions, um, do we have to pay in full price or can we pay monthly or a deposit? So you don't have to pay full price now. The main thing is to commit to coaching now. So if that is to pay monthly or pay for the first month or pay a deposit or just any sort of sum, you just have to show your commitment. You could pay full price now. Obviously, the benefit is if you pay full price, you get a guarantee that you'll get your results or your money back. If you put a deposit and then your money back, pay full, then you also have to get the guarantee. However, if you start paying monthly, then you do not get the guarantee. However, you've seen my results already. If you are asking for a guarantee, then are you guaranteed to do the results? But it's either you pay less in January or you get all your money back in 3 to 6 months or even 12 months. But yeah, I think that might be the only question that we have. So we'll move on. So let's start 2025 flying. This is the last slide. Again, I don't want to keep you guys here for too long and I'm getting quite tired, so I need my bed. But once the spots are gone, I will be off for Christmas and prices will go up in the new year. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Your future self will thank you. So if you feel like this has got your motivation up starting in the new year, put a hell yeah in the Zoom chat. And again, just to reiterate, um my final points here is that remember, if you are ready to make that change, do it quick because if just three people from this call get motivated or get more motivated than you, do it quicker, then that offer goes and it goes to full price and you no longer get 20% off. So head over now at Ryan McIntyre Coaching, DM me the word workshop, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just want to say thank you all for coming to this workshop. It's been a blast. I hope you guys have gained tons of value. I hope you gained tons of notes as well. And I hope people that the listening back crew also have gained a ton of value because this is a banger. You should definitely listen to this back. Make sure that you understand everything in this because there's so much free value. And yeah, enjoy your Christmas and your New Year. And let's smash 2025 together. Let's go.